Engines Go. What the hell is All Engines Go? You all know what you did with Thomas and friends, and most of us, yeah, we will not appreciate what you just did. We don't appreciate it. We are very angry with you. You should be ashamed.
Yeah. So, let's talk about All Engines Go. Again. All Engines Go. You know, there hasn't been a hotter topic since Digital Circus took over. I said it many times in this channel, like, this is not my preferred Thomas, this is not something for me, since it's a baby show. All Engines Go is a straight up baby show. It's terrible and a absolute disgrace for the Thomas and Friends franchise. But today, I'm not gonna go too much with all the bad stuff and all the eyebrow-raising consistency that the show is famous for. No, because in recent times, my opinions of All Engines Go has changed a bit, and unlike everyone else, I have managed to accept it as its own thing, and we shouldn't get angry at it. I mean, this is a standalone reboot. I said it many times, it's not canon. So why are people getting so pissed out about it, huh? I mean, I kind of understand where everyone else was coming from. Like, I hate All Engines Go too, but there are at least a few people out there that actually like, if not love, All Engines Go. And in my opinion, I don't think All Engines Go deserve too much hate. I mean, a lot of people started treating this show like it's worse than the end of the freaking world or something. Like, the entire internet was all like, this show shouldn't exist, this is worse than Paw Patrol or something. Or, this ruined my childhood, let it die and burn in hell, F you, Mattel. And others were all like, this shouldn't be canon, let it be a standalone show, because this completely retcons a lot of things. I am sorry, shouldn't be canon? Retcon? Hello? It's already not canon. It's already a freaking reboot. Like, no offense, but are there really people out there that dumb that think that this isn't a reboot? They actually see All Engines Go at seasons 25 to 28, when in reality it isn't. I'm pretty sure none of these people even know what the word reboot even means. But anyway, enough with all that. Let's get into the main event of this video as I go over why were we too harsh with All Engines Go. Now, I'll be real with you guys. There's not much to say about all the good stuff in the All Engines Go cartoon. However, I will go over 3 specific episodes that, to me, I found somewhat decent and a bit enjoyable for me to watch. Don't worry, this will be somewhat brief. Now, these first 2 episodes I want to talk about first are from Season 2, that being Squeak, Rattle, and Bruno, and Bruno's Blustery Day. Let's start first with Squeak, Rattle, and Bruno. Now, I am aware that this isn't actually Bruno's official first appearance, but as one of the few spotlight episodes about him, I just knew I have to talk about this episode. In this episode, it starts with the engines playing, tag? Oh, I'm sorry. train tag. Sure, why the hell not? So anyway, while they're playing train tag, Diesel's all like, "You can't catch what you can't see!" Huh. I guess Diesel is a smokescreen wannabe in this show, eh? Thomas then tells Bruno that Diesel is not a steam engine, but he can be a steamroller sometimes. But Bruno, being autistic, says,
Diesel is a shunter. He's not a steamroller. His job is to move train cars, not crush rocks. Huh?
like many autistic people, he sometimes takes some sayings a bit literally. As an autistic person myself, I sometimes take some sayings a bit literally. I can definitely see why Bruno is a lot of people's favorite character, if not the only best thing to come out in All Engines Go so far. A bit contrast to popular belief, but Bruno isn't actually the first character introduced in Thomas & Friends to be autistic. This is actually false. It's actually Theo from Journey Beyond Soda who was the first character to be autistic. Also, when Thomas says, "Right, well, I didn't mean he is a steamroller. He just acts like one when he's passing through, causing trouble." Like, is it just me, or is that line a direct reference to George the Steamroller from the original show? Afterwards, Gordon arrives, and folks, get ready for one of the most eyebrow-raising animation errors from the ass. Do you see something wrong here? No? Look close. Yeah, that's right. Gordon is missing his frickin' tender. This is an infamous error that I like to call the missing tender syndrome. Anyways, Gordon tells them that the lighthouse at Vickerstown is busted, and he sends Bruno and Diesel to deliver the new one. While Bruno helps Diesel with the heavy delivery, Diesel fails to listen to his advice, causing them both to get stuck in Crumble Canyon. Now it's up to the two of them to listen to each other and find a way to complete their delivery. And they do! Diesel now realizes that he should have listened to Bruno. They work together by moving in different direction that somehow cause the rocks to move somehow. Logic, am I right? And they get free. They sing a little song, they make their delivery, and the episode ends. The end. Neat, right? So, what are my thoughts on Squeak, Rattle, and Bruno? It has its flaws. It's full of inconsistency, but it's still a pretty decent episode. So, I honestly don't hate this episode. It's not that good, but it's not that bad either. So, I kinda like this episode, and I'm going to give it a 6 or 7. A 7 out of 10 rating for me. So anyway, let's move on to the next episode, Bruno's Blustery Day. In this episode, it starts with Toby getting blown away. In this episode, Bruno and the engines team up to complete an urgent delivery in a windy weather. As they make their way into the wind farm, they need to go past the dark woods, in which Percy is not a fan of.
The dark woods. Oh, terrific.
As they enter the woods, Bruno gives Percy his headphones to block the noise. Percy then calms down, but then starts talking very loud, and Bruno begins to shake. The other engines were so like, Percy, you might want to shut up, please? And Percy was all like, "Oh, sorry, Bruno. It's okay," said Bruno. They finally make it out of the woods, but then... Diesel tells him if you want to take a break, bro. But Bruno was all like, nah, it's cool, I'm fine. They reached the top of Cannibal Curve, and Thomas was all like, hey, Diesel, do you need, like, help? But Diesel was all like, you guys may need help, but not me, I'm daring. But bam! Diesel's brakes, well, breaks. But Diesel was all like, oh, no man, I'm fine. Bruno, on the other hand, isn't. And the other engines were like, hey, Bruno, are you alright? You need, like, help, buddy? But he was all like, nah, it's cool. I can still do my job. But the other engines are not buying it. And they're all like, Bruno, you help me, you help Percy, but if you're great in your job, you also need, like, help sometimes, buddy. We all need help. I mean, after all, help makes you better in your job, especially a job this hard. While the other engines try to comfort Bruno, Diesel slides down the mountain. Thomas was all like, oh no, we need like a brake car to stop him. And Bruno was all like, a brake car? Like me? And the other engines give him a push, and Bruno goes slide down the mountain to catch Diesel. And fortunately, at the nick of time, Bruno was finally able to stop Diesel. The other engines arrive to save both of them and the loads. They arrive to the wind farm, and Diesel finally gets his new brakes fixed. The end. So, what are my overall thoughts on the Season 3 episodes, Bruno's Blustery Day? Well, I'll be honest with you guys, I actually like this episode more than Squeak, Rattle, and Bruno. Because this might be the only episode that I have seen so far where Bruno actually does something daring to save a friend. And the inconsistencies here are not too bothering like in the last episode. So, I'm gonna give this episode an 8 out of 10 rating. Now, this last episode has nothing to do with Bruno. In fact, he doesn't appear in it. But it was pretty decent for me to include for this video. And that would be the Season 3 episode, Driving Winston. In this episode, Winston, Sir Topham Hatt's new track car, caused problems by not seeking assistance since in this universe, he arrives for the first time on Sodor. This doesn't retcon anything from the original series, so shut up. Anyway, this episode starts with Gordon bringing Winston as a replacement for Emily since Sir Topham Hatt has given her the role as full-time safety engine. Sir Topham Hatt gives Winston the task to take him to Brandon Docks. But Winston is like the type of guy who thinks he knows everything and knows where to go when in reality he doesn't. Thomas and Winston make it to the nearest switch, but Winston takes the wrong switch and Thomas goes after him. Winston goes to the long grass, Thomas goes after him. Winston, by this point, refused to listen and keeps going the wrong way. Thomas says so.
Ah, here we go. Right this way.
You mean the wrong way.
Emily was all like, Sir Topham Hatt, sir, why are you going the wrong way? And Topham was all like, oh, this is the wrong way? Oh my god, we better turn back. But Winston was all like, oh hell no, bro, I know where we're going. Bro, do you? Because by this point, Winston straight up ignored the danger signs. Now this part is just funny, at least to me. So, they get into Crumble Canyon, they escape the giant boulder that it's chasing them, and throughout all of this chaos, Sir Topham Hatt became oblivious to what was going on around him. It's like, bro, there's a giant boulder chasing you guys. Are you not seeing this? Are you really that oblivious, dude? Anyway, while they were escaping the boulder, Winston tells Thomas to, nah, leave me! And Thomas all like, hell no! And he just straight up throws Winston, which soon ended up derailing him. Winston by this point was all like, Oh man, I have no idea what the hell am I doing, man. Hey, Thomas, you were right. And Thomas was so like, I told you, but you never listened to me. Winston finally learned his lesson. And that being, hey, don't be a know-it-all and just let people help you by showing you the proper way, if that makes sense. The end. So, what are my overall thoughts on driving Winston? Well, not much, besides it was a pretty decent episode. I actually like how Winston was portrayed in this universe. I mean, it's a standalone reboot, so it makes sense for some characters from the original show to have completely different origins in this universe. But overall, a pretty nice episode. I should really recommend this one to all the All Engines Go fans out there. Alrighty then, now that we discuss and review 3 of my favorite decent episode from All Engines Go, let's get into the juicy meat of this video. Were we too harsh with All Engines Go?
No, sir!
Yes.
You serious?
Yes, I'm serious. Yeah, I know people often criticize All Engines Go as one of the worst reboots ever made, but the truth is, All Engines Go is not that bad. I mean, it's the most sanitized, most harmless version show I ever seen, and focus on the adventures of this Chibi 5 anime-like style Thomas going on some goofing adventures in the island of Sodor. There's nothing harmful about that, so what's with all the hate? This is a standalone reboot, and it's okay for some long franchise to establish their own reboot separate from the original continuity, and many fans either hate them or love them. It's always a mixed bag. I mean, just take a look at the Unicron trilogy from Transformers, or hell, I cannot believe I'm going to say this, MLP Friendship is Magic. Everyone, those are reboots and are completely separate from the original series that came before, and people either hate them and love them. It's a mixed bag. For example, I legit hate MLP G4, but a lot of people actually love it, and that's okay. Hell, there are plenty of things I really like about G4 despite me not being a fan of that generation. The same is true with All Engines Go. I don't like this reboot, but I can see a lot of people liking it. Hell, there are plenty of things that I already mentioned before that I really like about All Engines Go. Hell, one of the things that many people, including myself, appreciate about All Engines Go is making Nia a interesting character. Because in the original show, Nia did not have that many personality on her. She was always happy-go-lucky and of course being a shameless replacement for Edward. But here, in All Engines Go, they actually gave her a personality of being smooth and calm with a love of music. Her being from Kenya is mentioned a lot less than in the original show. It felt like she actually served a purpose. Another positive thing about All Engines Go is Neil Crumb returning to voice Gordon since Magic Railroad. Regardless if you're not a fan or not, you can't deny that Neil Crumb provides an amazing voice for Gordon that a lot of people, including myself, said that this has to be the definitive voice for Gordon. And I agree, even though there's a large chunk of people who prefer Neil Crumb's Diesel 10's voice over Gordon's. And one more thing before we close this video, let's talk about the toys. Because All Engines Go did something that neither the Brenner era or the Bwaba era gave us prior. And that is making actual good toys with high quality. Because unlike their previous CGI push-along counterparts, the All Engines Go diecast line is absolute fire. The models are very accurate. The quality has finally been improved. The chassis are much more wider. And overall, the toys themselves look good, and they actually feel like they actually put effort despite the cartoony and simplified designs. And I genuinely think that if it wasn't for the All Engines Go merch, the 80th anniversary wouldn't be possible, because the 80th anniversary diecast line has the same chassis as the All Engines Go toys, but with different wheels. And this trend continues to this day with the current 2026 line, where the engines now look bigger and better than compared to how they used to in the previous range in 2025. And well, they're just straight up an improvement. And even though All Engines Go is a pretty bad show, you can't deny that the diecast line is pretty good. Because you know what? This is the reason why I got into All Engines Go, the toys. I legit love the All Engines Go merch. Well, most of them anyway. But hey, all of these were just my thoughts. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. And with all of that, I am done with All Engines Go. Well, now that's all completed, I want to give this moment to tell you all that I am going to move on to new projects. I've been doing a lot of Thomas stuff recently with barely any time of releasing other, non-Thomas videos, since, by the way, those videos really did really well. The Wild Mains video did really good, reaching over 1,000 views, as well as the Rainbow Crew video. It didn't get very many views initially, but it's still doing really well, with reaching at least over 800 views by this point. I also want to head back at making more Transformers content, since it's been a while since I've done something related to Transformers. I think my last video was a review on the Hot Wheels Optimus Prime that I did a few months ago. And speaking of Transformers, the next big video dedicated to something that isn't toy related will be on the Transformers 86 movie. I currently started recording for this a few weeks prior, so pretty soon I'll go back at working at that. I don't know when the video will be released, more likely for at the tail end of July or early August. During that time, that video will be completed and released. So stay tuned for that. And as for the 2026 Thomas merch, well, to this very day, I still haven't got my hands on any of the new diecast lines, since those toys haven't arrived in any of my local stores just yet, so I won't expecting to see any of them, more likely until late July to early August by that point. But I do have at least 2 toy reviews that I want to do after this video is completed, so stay tuned. Also, let me know what you guys think about all of this and what I said in the All Engines Go section in this video. Feel free to like or dislike this video, and as always guys, this has been Decepticon Jerry, signing off. Take care!